I bought this property almost 10 years ago for $153,000. This property was built in 1942. I bought this as a fixer-upper. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 1,600 square feet, and I spent about $80,000 remodeling this house back then. Today, this property is worth $1 million. Damn! How do I know? Because the property next to me, on both sides, got sold for $1 million. And the owner owned those two properties. He wanted my property next, he said. The reason why he wanted my property, because the city just recently upzoned this whole area from single family to multi-family. And he wanted to buy my property on both sides and the one down the street, all 4 properties lined up so he can tear it all down and build a bunch of multi-unit apartment building in this area. Now you're probably asking, Thatch, why are you selling it? Why don't you develop it? Because the highest and best use is to sell it to the guy, because he can actually take all 4 property and develop it and make a big multi-family out of this property. For me, I'd rather go ahead and sell this and take my $800-something with the sweat equity I have in this property, 1031 into like a multi-unit, and get massive sweat equity out of that, and get massive basically cash flow off that property with the same equity I have out of this property. Sometimes you just have to know when to actually keep the property, when to develop the property, or when to sell the property. You just gotta know how to evaluate what to do so you know what the highest and best use. And the highest and best use for me on this property is to sell the property and get something better.
Yeah, what a home run for Thatch. Love it. He's absolutely right. You've got to determine what's the highest and best use. And, like I've got students and even family that own mobile home parks. Sometimes the highest and best use for that mobile home park is to tear the thing down and build something else there. His example, here's a fantastic example. It's called an assemblage, where you're assembling different parcels of land to build something else on. You'll see this very often in retail, where somebody will buy a corner, they'll buy some land around that corner so they can put in new retail. You don't see it quite as often with multifamily. Typically with multifamily, they'll buy something in an outlying area, a larger tract where they can put in 100, 200, 300 units. But what he's describing here is brilliant on the part of that developer that's buying these houses, and it's a home run for him to cash out on this thing and 1031 it into another asset, cash flow that asset's brilliant. Now, if you want to learn multifamily, it's what I teach. Come to my next boot camp. I've got one coming right up. If you put boot camp in the comments, I'll send you the link. Greatly reduced pricing. It's ridiculously reasonable. You'll leave knowing how to find deals and evaluate them and raise money for them and take them down. Put boot camp in the comments. I'll see you soon.